Have you ever heard of a country so small it's literally just one mountain, but so old it predates most of the modern world? Welcome to San Marino. If you clicked on this video, you're either planning to visit yourself, and for you, I will tell you everything you need to know later in this video. The other possibility is that you have no idea that this is a country, so let me give you 5 fun facts to make you curious about it. San Marino is the world's oldest republic, after its foundation in 301 AD by Saint Marinus, who named it after himself. The Parliament of San Marino elects 2 different heads of state every 6 months that have equal power. The most famous citizen of this country is Abraham Lincoln. He received and accepted honorary citizenship in 1861 while he was fighting in the Civil War. This also gave the tiny country a lot of respect on the international stage. San Marino is the 5th smallest country in the world, but it has its own army, including its border patrol, which is called Guards of the Rock. The national cake of San Marino is Torta Tremonti, which looks a bit underwhelming in my opinion. The name translates to Cake of the Three Mountains, which is an important feature of the country, but we will get to that later. With such a small country on a hill, the question is obviously going to be, how on earth do you get there? There surely can't be an airport, right? Well, sort of. You first have to get to Rimini, which has an international airport, and also regular train connections to Bologna, Venice and Milan, for example. Right in front of the train station leaves a bus on a regular basis that takes around 30 minutes to arrive in the capital of San Marino. I will leave you the link to the bus down below. We didn't complete the journey to the mountain though, because our hostel was in the lower suburbs with views of the capital. But you can still get to the top easily by taking a funicular that gives you a first taste of the views that will await you. A return ticket costs €4.50, but with the San Marino card, which is a pass for tourists that give you discounts all around the country, it's going to be cheaper. Now that we have arrived in the old town, we have an incredible view of the surrounding area, and we can even see the Mediterranean Sea. We can also see that time seems to stand still in the small nation, where brick houses and architecture from the Middle Ages can be seen in every alleyway. This is one of the reasons why UNESCO declared the old town a World Heritage Site in 2008. Only just over 10% of the nation's population, of 4,000 people, live in the city center, and you can feel the tranquility when walking on these cobblestone streets. Piazza della Libertà is a lively square in the heart of the old town, and home to Palazzo Pubblico, the seat of San Marino's government. Statue of Liberty, yes, they have one too, stands proudly in the center. Right next to the square is the neoclassical main church of the Republic, dedicated to San Marinus, the founder of the country. The 3 towers of San Marino are the crown jewels of Mount Titano, and the most iconic landmarks of the Republic. They were all built between the 11th and 14th century and represent the strength and history of independence of the nation. The oldest of the 3 is Guaita, that is featured on San Marino's flag and coat of arms. Tickets to visit the towers cost €8 and are a must when you're visiting San Marino, not only because of the historic and cultural impact that these towers have, but also because of the incredible views of the Italian countryside. Walking up and down these small pathways, we get super exhausted and find a perfect small restaurant overlooking the area. After dinner, we make our way to the final tower, where we learn more about the history of this country. You might be curious now, why such a small country exists within the borders of another country? Well, it's time to run the clock a bit. Our story starts in 301 AD, when an Italian named Saint Marinus fled Roman persecution, climbed up Mount Titano and decided that this is a perfect place to start a community. The Republic of San Marino was founded. And while many empires around San Marino rose and fell, the people of San Marino stayed free. In the following centuries, almost every corner of Europe was affected by wars, except for this tiny nation. Due to skillful diplomacy, the country managed to keep their heads down, and because it was so small anyways, most foreign powers didn't bother attacking a country that is basically just a rock. When Napoleon marched into Italy in the 18th century, he was extremely curious about the small nation, but instead of invading it, he thought that they were super cool and offered them more land. The strategy of the San Marinese people, yes, that's what they're called, was always to be neutral, so they declined. In the 19th century, during Italy's unification movement, San Marino risked its neutrality by giving refuge to revolutionaries who fled powerful rulers. After the unification of Italy, those revolutionaries remembered the protectors and returned their favor, keeping San Marino independent for 1700 years. San Marino might be small, but it's proof that size doesn't matter when you've got heart, smarts and a little luck. It's a living, breathing time capsule of independence, and if you ever get the chance to visit, trust me, it'll blow your mind. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and drop a comment below what unusual tourist destination you're curious to explore. See you next time.